everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm doing a Q&A and I asked you guys the other day to send me questions on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere, and they don't necessarily have to be music related, just anything that you want to know about. So I've got them all in front of me. I'm going to go through various social medias and let's just get cracking. This is Andreas, I know it is. Says peanut butter or Nutella? I would go for peanut butter because I love peanut butter. I love peanut butter and Marmite as a combination. I love anything hazelnut, so I'm kind of contradicting myself, but it would have to be peanut butter for me. So this is from SYD's Disney Grape, one of my lovely supporters, who says, do you love all of the FPS, which I'm assuming is fan pages? And yeah, I can't believe how it's kind of blown up with all of these fan pages and everything, and all of your support it's unreal that you guys are creating fan pages for me on Instagram, and it's amazing. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. I keep seeing all these lovely posts that you're writing about me and I'm like, guys, you're so lovely. It really does warm my heart. Thank you so much. I love it. These next two are also from SYD Disney Group. How many gigs have you done roughly? Hundreds. I've been gigging for nearly 10 years now, so it's been a long old time, and I've got a lot of gigs under my belt in that time. What's your fave colour? I was always a pink gal, and now I think it's more like the maroony, magenta, that kind of feel. I love that colour. SYD Nay Serena Edits, did I get that right? Says, do you have any pets? P.S. I love you. Mwah. I do. I have two pets and they are Chester and Purdy, my wonderful cats. I'm obsessed with them and I love them very much. Okay, so this is from SJames92. Says, what's your ultimate goal in terms of your music? When I was younger, I always said that my ultimate goal was to play Wembley. I always dreamed big. That was what I was always like, and that is still like main goal. My goal with my music is just to take it as far as it will go. Up, 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 and away. Ultimately, I want to be selling music that's going to be in the charts and touring and all that kind of stuff. I want my music to be out there at chart level, like, you know, Radio 1, Capital, all that kind of stuff. Up there is my ultimate goal, essentially. MZ says, what phone do you have? I have the iPhone 8 Plus. I had the 6S before, but I wanted a bigger phone. I wanted the Plus, but I've had to get a pop socket on it because my hands can't cope with the big phone. Aches too much. So yeah. Isabel says, why am I like this? Why am I like this? Tommy Reynolds says, what's your biggest struggle you're going through right now? So my biggest struggle is my frustration with my workload, the amount that I have. I juggle 3 jobs that need full-time attention on all of them really, and I can't give that. I work in care, as some of you know, my music career and my YouTube career as well. I want to be able to dedicate more time to my music and my YouTube because that ultimately is my passion, but at the stage I'm at, I have to work a day job. Just general frustrations really within a lot of, you know, musicians go through a lot of struggles, and it's always getting yourself to the next stage, and progressing is always a big struggle, trying to get over the next little hurdles and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, trying to overcome mini milestones at the moment. Ooh, Maddie says, favourite song released and why? Ooh. I chop and change so much from favourite songs at the minute. So at the minute, my favourite song is the one by Sigala and Ella Eyre. I just got paid. That one. It changes so much, so I can't say specifically which one. Anything maybe McFly related, because you know how much I love them, or Little Mix. Lauren says, favourite fan encounter? Has to be, I think it has to be just the whole weekend of Scout About. It has to be just that whole weekend, meeting you guys, and just that whole weekend was incredible. So I would have to say, as a general, Scout About, because it was amazing. I loved it. And Lauren also says, favourite gig ever played? Again, Scout About, definitely. It will take a lot to top that. It really will. Maddie says, do you prefer performing acoustically or in a band? If I'm completely honest with you, I prefer performing with a band. For me, I spent so long performing acoustically and it took me a long time to get a band together. Yeah, I think just because I have done acoustic for so long, or I had done acoustic for so long, there's just such a different energy when you perform with a band. It's such a different vibe. It's so much more electric, literally. And, you know, I just personally, there is something very nice and intimate about an acoustic performance, which I do love. And I have had some really lovely acoustic performances where you get lost in the music and everyone is there watching, and it's a really intimate environment, and that is really special. But for me, it's band, full band all the way. I love rocking out, and I love it. Yeah. Okay, For My Idols says, when did you start YouTube and why? By the way, I love you so much. Mwah! Thank you. I started, well, I have been uploading to YouTube for years, like since 2009, I think, or whenever I first actually got the account. I just used it for music stuff before, like if I performed live or if I just wanted to put a cover up, I would do it like that. But when I first started properly uploading regularly, I struggle with that word, that was coming up 3 years ago, this time of year, 3 years ago. So I did a Halloween video, and the reason I started doing it is because I wanted to build up my fan base, and I had a lot of people comment on my stage makeup because I wear quite a bold stage makeup and I love makeup anyway. And I did a Halloween video which was a sugar skull tutorial, and I just filmed it and was like, does anyone want to see it? So I put it up and it had a really good response. So from there I just carried on and started doing more makeup videos, and then it started to become a weekly thing, and here we are now. So yeah, that's how I started it, and that's why. Oh, For My Idols again. What's your fave memory with Lucy? So as you all know, Lucy is my best friend. We've been best friends since we were 4. So that's 20 years. Best memory. There's so many, there's so many! Do you know what, I've got a few where we just absolutely howl with laughter, like stupid jokes. Like there was one after a night out where we were in my room and there was a joke, and the joke was, the joke was, oh, what was it? Because he had a wee calf, right? And Lucy didn't get it and she kept reading it, and she goes, because he had a wee calf, a wee calf, a week, and she just kept, and then suddenly we both got it, and it was one of those ones where you had to be there, but we just howled and I was crying with laughter. Then her wedding day has to be one of the most special days of both of our lives. Like, it was incredible. So I think that has to top it. That's to top everything at the minute. It was probably her wedding day. Is it A Penny? Says, Kiki, do you love me? Do you know, that song gets so stuck in my head, and I don't actually know any more words apart from that bit, and that bit just keeps getting stuck in my head and it drives me insane, but I love it. Lucy Hale fan page says, when are you coming out with an album? My plan this year was just to write and record and release music. That was my plan. If I'm honest, I haven't actually got a plan to release an album. I'm probably just going to continue to release singles at this stage, just to drip feed music, because otherwise when you release an album it's a long process and it means you have to go away for a long time and record the songs, and a lot of it doesn't come out. It probably won't come out for a couple of years or so. I want to drip feed music so that you guys get more content, and more content is out more regularly than an album. SYD Sushi says, when did you start your period? I think I was quite late in my peer group starting. I think I was a 13 or 14. I have 13 in my head, but I seem to think it might have been on the cusp of 13, 14. So, but it doesn't matter when you start. Everyone is normal, don't worry. Some people start earlier, some people start later. Everyone is different, and I really wished mine on because everyone else had started and I hadn't. But you know, 10 years on, yeah, wishing you didn't have to deal with a hassle every month. So Blue Ice from back in the day says, this is not a question, but it would be great if you do live streams like the old days. So I've got another question about live streams as well on Twitter from Tom2112. People who have followed me from day dot will know that I used to do a live stream on Ustream every Thursday at 9 o'clock, and it was really great. We've got a really great fan base from there. You guys, you know, some of you still follow me to this day, so thank you so much. But realistically now, as I was saying before, with struggling with workload and everything, I haven't got the time to physically commit to a weekly live stream as well as doing YouTube and everything else. But if I were to do something, I reckon I have thought about it, and I've thought about maybe doing a monthly thing, like an online gig or an online chat, but probably more on Instagram. or on YouTube. I know YouTube can do some live ones, but probably would do it on Instagram. So let me know your thoughts on that, if you would tune in, if you would like that kind of thing, to do like a monthly Instagram live gig kind of chat. Let me know. Sydney and April says, how tall are you? Love you, by the way. Mwah! Thank you, so much love flying around. I love it. I love you guys. You're amazing. I am 5'8.5". I'm quite tall. I'm so clumsy, but more recently. And Mum was saying maybe I'm growing again. Because when I was a teenager, I was all limbs and I was very clumsy. So I'm thinking maybe I might start growing again. Who knows? But yeah, I'm 5'8.5". Ms. Marissa says, I love you so much, and how many siblings do you have? Mwah. I have 2 brothers who are my half brothers. They are my dad's boys. They are a lot older than me though. They got their families and everything, so I'm an auntie 6 times over. Oh, biggest Halsey fan. Halsey says, love you, mwah. Is there anything that inspired you to be into music, or you just thought of it? I actually don't know. I've just always known since I was like 3, I think, that I've wanted to do music. And I used to watch Top of the Pops. Before I could talk, I used to watch MTV, just watch it, and all the crazy videos that were out in the 90s, like the Prodigy videos and that kind of thing that were a bit wild. I would be stuck to. I remember distinctly watching Top of the Pops and pointing to the TV and saying to Mum, I'm going to be on that show one day. And I mean, RIP Top of the Pops. They've got the Christmas special, so maybe, but it's just something I've always wanted to do, and I don't know where it came from, but I've never wanted anything else, so yeah. So I've got a question from Diego. I met Diego at a birthday party that I performed at. If you had to give a message about life to 100 little kids all in a conference room waiting for you, what would you tell / teach them that they can use in their everyday life for the rest of their lives? Ooh. Just live your best life. No, I'm joking. I think the main thing is just kindness, being kind to people, having no preconceptions. Don't judge someone straight away. I mean, I look back at school and I think of things that were going on, and when I was at school there was no talk of mental health, all this kind of stuff, and people would act in a certain way, or would be slightly distant, or would express themselves in their clothing in certain ways, and you don't know why they're doing that, you don't know what's going on at home. And I would say a thing is, don't judge someone on the exterior, because you don't know what's going on the interior, and you don't know what's going on at home. So I'd say be kind to everyone and just don't judge. I think they're 2 really, really good kind of life lessons to hold. Yeah, don't judge people based on what other people have said as well. You know, and manners don't cost anything. And see the world through your eyes. Try not to see it just through your phone. There's a lot more to this world than scrolling. And what is the secret of your success? I would say determination and sacrifice, probably. I am quite stubborn and determined. I'm not very good at taking no for an answer, but I will push for it in a polite way. You have to be persuasive, but you have to be polite. I'm a workaholic. I overwork myself way too much. I know that. I have this kind of like a thought in my head that I've carried with me for a long time, and I always think every day that I don't do something towards my career, or I put something off, someone else is getting closer to where I want to be. And that's kind of what I've always thought, so that's what's kept me going, and that's what keeps me so determined, really. Adam, is it Cowser? Adam Cowser? Oh my gosh, most random question. If you had to get rid of one forever, what would it be? Music or your hair? The thing is that I always think of, right? I love my hair. I adore my hair, okay? But I wanted to be a singer and I wanted to be a pop star before I knew I had hair, if you know what I mean. So I was passionate about music first, so if I have to go on that, then I have to get rid of my hair. I can have a wig. Wigs are amazing nowadays. Music is my life, so keep music. Jukebox Hero says, okay, silly question, are you ticklish at all? If so, where? I am the most ticklish person everywhere. Feet, sides, ribs, back. I've had a massage before and it's been too ticklish. Back of my neck, so everywhere. everywhere. Tom2112, Tom Williams has asked me 3 questions. Now Tom has been one of my fans from the beginning, from my Ustream, and first question being, would you consider doing the Hannah Dorman show on Ustream again? I answered that earlier to Blue Ice's question. Would you ever consider playing an electric guitar on stage? I wouldn't say no to it. I just love my acoustic, and I love how the acoustic for me adds that kind of warmth. I mean, I've always played an acoustic, so I haven't known anything different, but on stage I wouldn't say no to it. He also asked, do you still own your pink guitar? I do. It's in my wardrobe, and oh, bless it, hasn't been out for a while, but yes, no, I do still own it. Will you ever do a why do I keep thinking that says LinkedIn? Will you ever do a LinkedIn Park cover? A Linkin Park cover? Never say never, is what I would say. Oh, that was Richard Roger Parker says that. Can I go out with you? Yes, you may. Are you single? I think I just answered that one because I've taken up a kind offer from the previous question. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and you have any other questions for me, please do comment down below and ask me anything that you would like in the future if I do another Q&A. Thank you so much for asking me all these questions. It's amazing. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a like if you liked it and would like to see more videos like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!